Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolley.
And Dee.
And we're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. We've been married for 40 years. 40 years. And I still got the hots for her. After all these years, I still got the hots for her. Ooh, it just makes me, ah. Anyway, we want to welcome you to those who might be ongoing viewers. Thank you for your continued support. And for those who are first-timers, welcome to the Jolley Marriage Show. I want to give a shout out to my friend Linda Johnson, Linda Thomas Johnson Thomas. Yeah, Linda Johnson Thomas, who I was on her call tonight, big Zoom meeting. She wanted to talk about my new book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, that is only exclusively available to people in my network, people who watch us on time or watch us on television, listen to me on the radio. It's not for the masses yet. So it won't be released formally until about a month from now, maybe, somewhere in there. And so we want to get this first edition version to our folks so they will have the collector's edition in hand. So richisgoodwealthyisbetter.com. Also want to thank my friend Lance Smith, who also had me on his show today. It's been a busy day. We're going to be doing lots of.
So you were on 2 shows today.
Yes, and talking to a lot of people about this book.
So what kind of show? Okay, so Linda is
she's a big time Mary Kay.
High up in Mary Kay.
That's right. She had her
Mary
team
Kay
on because she said something profound. She said, I was working for the government, and then I got into Mary Kay, and I was making more money in Mary Kay than I was making in my government job.
Wow.
And she said, so I was generating all this cash, but it was in my bank account, my checking account. And one day I realized that wasn't good, and I asked my husband. He said, you got to manage it. She said, but I didn't know what to do. And she said, so what should I do? And I love a number of the other people on this. And I said, you know what? That's why we got to know the difference between being rich and being wealthy. And how you distinguish what it is.
So how did she manage it? What did she do?
Well, she got a
financial advisor,
CFP.
What's that?
Certified Financial Planner. That's a very important thing to have. Like I have a CSP. CFP. I have Certified Speaking Professional behind my name. I have a CSP CPAE, which means Certified Speaking Professional and a member of the Council of Peers Award of Excellence, which is Speaker Hall of Fame. Okay, so a CSP, that's the starting point. CFP. Then there are others.
A certified financial planner to give her advice as to what to do with her money.
Right. Okay.
Which is different than somebody who just teaches you what stocks to buy.
Yeah, so I think I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I giving any financial advice. But someone asked on it, how do you find somebody? Look for CFP. That's why I said that's what I would do. Okay, so that's it. Okay, my friend Yvonne Williams has said Greg and Linda are watching from home, and again, we're asking everybody, please do us a favor. Go to A Jolley Marriage on Instagram and follow us on A Jolley Marriage on Instagram. Instagram changed their policy. And now there's a certain level of followers that you must have before they will allow you to live stream. You used to live stream on A Jolley Marriage on Facebook, A Jolley Marriage on Instagram, Willie Jolley LinkedIn Live. We used to do it on Twitter as well, but that changed with X. So, but we want everybody, if you can, to follow us on A Jolley Marriage on
But they can get us on YouTube, can't they?
You can get the Jolley Marriage Show on YouTube 24/7. Replays, though.
Okay.
We want to getting on live, then we want them to follow us on A Jolley Marriage on Instagram. Thank you. Okay, today we're going to talk about one of the issues that has come up, and we invite you every week to send us an email to
share a challenge or a problem or a conversation that you would like to have around the issue.
where should they send it?
info@williejolly.com.
What was that?
info@williejolly.com.
Why do you have a hard time saying it? You know, anything
Humor
promotional
is so important.
Anything promotional, I got to do all of the letting people know the information.
Because that is what you do. I'm content creation and back office boss. There's a difference.
Oh, people joining in all over. Watts Floyd joined. Good Heart.
Okay, let's get to the question.
Cheats joined. Team Superhuman joined. I love it. Evolving Minds under Tutor Service joined. Thank you. So people are joining. Okay, let's get to the topic.
So the topic is the wife is never pleased with what her husband does in terms of help around the house. That's basically what it is.
That's basically what it is, correct.
And she likes things done a certain way. She gives him instructions. He does it, but it's not to her liking. And she's a pain to him because he feels undervalued. Whatever he does is not enough. Right?
Yes.
Is that about it?
That's about it.
And he's frustrated. And what should he do?
Right. And we have some history with that, don't we? But the difference is I'm doing the best I can with the things that I do around the house. Sometimes it's not to my wife's liking, but she doesn't nitpick me ever.
I say, my overall view is, and I made a note here, a sense of humor.
Sense of humor.
Some mutual respect.
Yep.
And a lot of caring.
Yeah.
Can make a world of difference.
She has never talked bad about me trying. She's always trying to encourage me. I wash the dishes.
I had the sense of humor for me is key. Because number one, it is important to recognize your own challenges, how you think. And that was the issue for me to accept that I'm a pain in the butt. I am. I'm a stick in the mud and I like everything a certain way, which is completely the opposite of you. Completely the opposite of my husband. Yeah, so that goes to show you, I must love him in spite of the fact, a conversation of, there's water on the floor. There are water drops on the kitchen floor. Why are there water drops on the kitchen floor, sweetheart? He said, oh, they'll dry.
My position was, when I was in school, I took chemistry and biology and all of that kind of stuff.
I know it's water. And
it's water on the floor. It will evaporate. That's what water does.
It dries and it might leave a spot. I don't want a spot on my kitchen floor because I've wiped the floor often on my hands and knees because I like it a certain way. And I know that that's anal. Okay?
How about the water on the granite counter in the bathroom? That's black. The counter is black marble. And
it's not marble. It's granite.
Granite, whatever. Whatever. It's black. And so you say, you got to clean the water off. It's water. I said, it's water.
Why is there water on the counter? Does that make sense?
I wash my face and water splashes.
And it splashes. So why? So you see what I'm saying?
See, folks, what we're talking about. So sometimes my son gave me a good tip. He said, just clean it off with your washcloth and then put it away.
But the
dishes. Let's talk about the dishes.
The key is that some things you have to let go. Now we talk about everything. So, and I accept the fact that I've got issues and he's got issues, but it's better with him than without him.
So
I just work around it. And if you're not willing to work around it, that's when this whole thing of nitpicking becomes a problem.
Okay, let me say Yvonne asked one. She said your glasses. She loves your frames. People watch our show to see what kind of glasses she's gonna wear. Sometimes it's a cube and a square, other stuff.
Thank you.
She said, send me your place where you purchase. Where you purchase those. Okay, if you contact us with email, Yvonne, she'll tell you where to get those frames. She got new frames every week.
No, I don't. Focus Optical. Where's Yvonne?
She's in Zebulon, North Carolina.
Okay, so I will provide. Put your email in, and I'll provide, because the company is in Northwest DC.
All right. So she said, makeup is to keep things clean and in place, which you like to do. You like things in place.
But he's never. And I'm saying, when you accept that, you didn't marry your clone.
There you go. That's what I wanted to get.
You did not marry your clone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have married me, because I'm a pain.
That's why I married you. Because nobody else would have wanted. How's that? No, everybody wanted it. I had to swoop in and steal her from the
But I
dudes.
appreciate the fact that you appreciate and love me, knowing how I am. And
Correct.
I appreciate you because of all the things that you do. I don't even understand. And you think differently. Now, it's hard work for me because I think it's that linear, like 1, 2. You think you're all like this. So I'm like, okay, but all of this craziness creates an environment which is very positive for us as a business. So there's certain things I have to let go. So it's a matter of constantly weighing what is important.
Right.
That's what I think.
So with this issue,
mm-hmm.
The issue is nitpicking spouse drama when your best is never good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that many males, I try and clean up. I wash the dishes, only to find out later that they've been rewashed. I know they've been rewashed, but I
never talk about it.
You never mention
it. But that's okay.
Yeah, you never.
It's just kind of like with son William, and with Latoya. They might clean up, but it was the fact that they did it. So I'm not going to say, "Oh, you didn't do this right." I'll just come behind them after they go to bed and redo it and put stuff away. Sometimes I bet you everybody doesn't know that.
No, everybody don't know. I figured it out though. I put stuff certain places and then it ain't there no more. And I done washed it and
But
dried
here's the
it.
thing for him. He washes the dish, but the dish is face up. So as it dries, there's water in the bottom of the bowl. Now y'all might say, that's not him. Yes, it is. So it's drying, but the water's in the bottom of the bowl. I'm like, turn the bowl over so everything will dry. But I'm not going to say that to him because he's happy. He washed it. Okay?
I did a big
So then
dip.
I'll come after him, turn it over, let it dry, and put it away.
So our assistant, as we were putting this together, Cheryl, sent us a meme of Cardi B that's going around with her eyes, something about I see something, and says, what do you say to your husband who doesn't see what you see?
He can't, she can't, because they didn't grow up in that same kind of environment, being able to see what you see. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
so Cheryl says, here's what Cardi B had. Husband, well, you didn't tell me what you needed help with in the wives. And she's saying, see the dirty clothes. See the dirty dishes. See the grass needs to be cut. See they don't, because you see it doesn't mean that your spouse sees it. That's funny. So that's the key, because you see it
You did not marry a mind reader.
I liked what you said. You didn't marry a clone. Okay, the Bible, Evolving Minds, Yvonne said, the Bible talks about a nagging woman and how the husband went on the rooftop. Yeah, you're right. It's in Proverbs. No, I know where it is. It's in Proverbs. It's better to marry what is it? It says a nagging woman is like a drip, drip, drip of a faucet. It's a distraction. And that woman nagging you all the time can make you go up on the rooftop and get away from her.
So I'm saying the solution is what?
The solution, we're saying
Solutions.
Here's first of all, we're saying to the wife, be grateful. Yvonne just said another good. Just say thank you and move on. Thank you and move on. And that's right. Oh, yeah. Lynn said yes, I did. I'm not sure. Yes, I did to what, but Lynn Bordley. Great.
Does that mean she rewatches and redoes stuff?
Maybe she does that too. Okay, so
it keeps the peace too.
It keeps the peace. Be grateful and be
that they're trying and that they want to,
and be kind.
And it makes less work for you.
Yes.
It might not be quite the way you want it, but then you can take what's 50% and take it to the 100%. It's okay.
It's a partnership, we're working here together. We are together. But nagging, somebody nitpicking just creates drama. No,
I think it's also a lack of appreciation and a lack of respect for what your partner is trying to do. I do. So, and then ask yourself: is a nitpicking helping? Does this get the result that you want? Is this person improving because of what you're doing? I don't think so. So you get more, but with the honey than you do with the vinegar.
Absolutely.
And it's just like that we've discussed over time how Willie never made up the bed. Well, first of all, because when we got married, he was singing for his supper. He was up all night. I was asleep. I had the 9 to 5. I was up and out. And by the time he got up and out, midday or whatever, the bed was not made. And psychologically, it's like, this is a mess because the bed is not made. He didn't get that. So I had to try another tactic. So after I explained that didn't work. I said, okay, 6 works. Willie, if you make up the bed, I'm going to give you sex, a good time.
Woo!
Could you do that? So
Woo!
everything is a negotiation, and to have a sense of humor. So you know what? Over the course of the years, he can make up the bed as good or better than me.
And I make it up every day because that sex still gets me motivated. Woo! Yes, it does.
So you work at finding common ground.
Yes.
And you have to remind yourself.
Every day I make up that bed. Every day.
It's better together. Now, some people might say, I'm not so sure it's better together. Then you need counseling.
Need serious counseling.
And
because it is better together. But, people.
And I have to say, for some people that I've talked to, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Something got them married.
Yes.
I don't know what it was. Now, we went to a dinner one time with a couple, and we realized soon into the dinner, because they were arguing from the moment he sat down at the table, they started arguing.
Well, the sex got them together.
They were
but that
only
was not
about
enough.
sex.
You can't stay in bed 24/7. Not unless you're a sex worker, and this is what you do for
Their sex was all they had in common, and they divorced. And we tried. We didn't have the book then, and we just tried to encourage them. By the way, so many people have called and said, "Are y'all marriage counselors?" No, we are marriage mentors. Now we do have a system. If you would like to have time with us where we can help you, but you would send us an email at info@williejolley.com.
What's the difference in a mentor?
Mentor is a coach, a mentor rather than a counselor. Okay, we're not a certified counselor, but we are mentors. We can coach you through situations and give you our best wise counsel.
And based upon our own experiences and what we've been through, what we've learned.
Right.
So you can follow us as we follow Christ.
Yeah.
And work hard at implementing the principles the Christian principles that we work at living by.
Right.
And it isn't, when I say it isn't always easy, because your feelings and everything get in the way. It's like, this is getting on my nerves. That is why when I said sometimes I had to pull the humor off the shelf because I didn't have it. I grew up in a fire and brimstone house with the pastor, the fire department. You're going to go to hell. That's just the bottom line. You're going to hell.
Everybody going to hell. The hellhounds are chasing you. I remember that. The hellhounds are chasing you. And if you don't repent, you're going to go to hell.
So.
Finest man I met, but they were definitely a fire and brimstone.
I have to work through that in terms of what does caring and thoughtfulness, what is that? Love, peace, joy, long suffering. What is that? What is that?
Yes.
What that actually looks like. Right?
Yes, correct.
And the class I attended the Alpha Conference, National Alpha Conference in Tennessee, and it was that was in. When did I do that? In August. And it was such caring. It was a great example of just love and caring and thoughtfulness, which is sometimes something that is missing in many of the churches that I've been to. Sometimes we're, what's that word? More legalistic. We got to do this, and this. Instead of being caring and helping you get to where we need to go. So
let's get back to the point. We only got a few more minutes. So the question is,
what do you do?
Nitpicking, the spousal drama when your best is never good enough. A couple things. One, for that person who feels their best is never, who is being nitpicked, who feels that they're being chastised, I think it's important to have a conversation and say, I did what you asked me to do.
Okay. Name the activity or the pattern.
Yes.
What specifically do you want me to do? Did I not do? What do you want me specifically to do? Not the person.
Yeah, but maybe it's a change. Maybe the goalposts keep changing. Okay. In other words, I wanted you to do so and so. Well, I did that. Well, that wasn't good enough. Okay, well, what's the standard?
Okay.
When the goalpost keeps changing, it's further down the road this time. Oh, but I need you also to do the X and Y. Well, you just said X last time.
So it's a problem reining in the person who is nitpicking.
Yes, and sometimes people do that because they just got issues and they got insecurities and they got a bad attitude.
It can be more about, unfortunately, can be more about them than it is about you. What do you do about that?
Yeah, you tell them that this is how that makes me feel. Go back to the 4 F's. Okay. Everybody should watch our TED Talk. Okay. Please share it with everybody you know who is married. So let me get this important. Okay. Share it with everybody you know because it's important. You see the TED Talk on the 4 F's. The 4 F's. I'm friendly, but I'm frank. This is how you make me feel when you do that. When you say that. When you chastise me over, and I've done the best I could do. That makes me devalue.
But I think it's harder for men to admit that.
It's much harder for men.
You know much harder. When you I did this because you said this is what you
much harder for a man to say you hurt my feelings.
And now it's not enough.
Much harder.
And it made me feel devalued. We say that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had years of dealing with this, but that's a very hard thing for a man to say.
It's very hard. So men gotta understand, show some vulnerability. Okay, then you'll be vulnerable. That hurt my feelings.
But if you're vulnerable, what's wrong with being vulnerable?
Well, men are taught to be don't ever cry, never be weak. That's what men are taught.
If you're vulnerable, it implies that you're weak.
Yes.
Is that right?
Well, big boys don't cry. That's what big boys don't cry. And that's what I was taught. Big boys don't cry. Okay? So you got to be strong. And you can't be weak. And saying you hurt my feelings is vulnerable. But I've got to tell you, if you
so now you're miserable. You sucked it up.
Well, that's cultural. That's how you were taught. That's how you were ingrained at what a man is. You don't show any weakness.
So is that working? Did that work for a lot? No.
It doesn't work, but that's how you came up. So I'm saying to men, you got to try and work past that and say to your spouse, your significant other, your partner,
The most important person.
you hurt my feelings. That was not fair. You hurt my feelings, and I want you to know that I felt. Here's how I felt: devalued. I felt you belittled me. Maybe it's publicly, and so that
Hopefully that was not the goal of the person.
hopefully, but
Sometimes people are mean. Let's just keep it real.
most people are not
Sometimes.
intentionally trying to hurt, but sometimes they are.
Mhm.
Sometimes they are, and that is a problem. And that's when you have to have serious therapy and counseling.
BetterHelp.com
Yeah. Oh, that's
to
good.
find counseling.
BetterHelp.com. Okay.
BetterHelp.com.
Our time is just about up. I want to encourage everybody to go and get my new book, Rich is Good, Wealthy is Better. It's exclusive only
Okay, why?
because this is a first edition copy.
No,
So,
tell
let me
me
give you a
why-
story.
Why the
But-
book?
Oh. This book is thank you.
Mhm.
Two groups we want to talk about in this book. The first group are people who want to be wealthy, but not quite sure how to get there. If I gave you a baseball, could you hit the wall behind you? Huh?
Well, if I could see it.
Yeah. Now, if I put a blindfold on you and turn you around and around and you couldn't say which direction you're going, would it be easy to hit it?
No.
Why? Because you can't hit what you can't see and you can't hit what you don't know.
Right.
If you don't know what wealth is, how are you really going to do it? And most people don't know what wealth is. That's what I was one of them. I was one of them for years. I didn't know what wealth was. I thought it was just a bigger version of rich. Wrong. That's not right. That's incomplete. That's inaccurate. So that's first. Second one is all the people who worked hard all their life, scrimped, saved, sacrificed, and just did all they could to get a nest egg, to get some savings, and they want to make sure their kids don't squander it when they die.
So how do you protect yourself from your kids?
Yeah. Ooh, that's good.
How about that?
That one's good. That was
How about
how to
that part?
protect you. That part. How to protect yourself from your
I
children.
like that.
And this is the book to do it. This is the answer. Because many children, you can talk to that child all you want, blue in the face, and they don't hear it from you. But some stranger come along and say the exact same thing you said, and all of a sudden they get it. That's called the stranger from the afar phenomena. And this book is the answer, the antidote to that situation, so that your kids won't go through in months what it took you decades and decades and decades to grow.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
That's good.
All right.
Yes.
Those are why you do it.
Yes.
Rich is good, wealthy is better.com. Get it. We only got a limited number of this first printing, and I want you to have one so you can put it on your counter and your bookshelf and not loan it out. Somebody want to read
Put it on your book, so you want to read it
Well,
first.
after read it, but don't let anybody take it. They'll say, "Oh, can I borrow it?" No, you can read it here, but this is like
Get your own copy.
this is like a gold bullion. It's going to go up in value. Okay, our time is up. I want to thank you for yours. Thank you, Cazares. Thank you, Gladys. I know you're watching. Lynn Boardley, Longest Boardley.
Thank you, Longest Boardley.
And Miss Yvonne Williams and everybody who's joined in. Thank y'all. Crank y'all. Thank y'all. We're going out now. Here we go with some music from my jazz album. Here we go.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.